right now, they really don't have the best defenders in there besides Zion. Zion's a great defender. I think he's going to turn into something awesome. But Brandon Ingram can be a really nice defender. It's just he just has to he needs the right system, but he can't be your primary defender. He can't be the guy that's going to go out and defend your best guy. I mean, they have Josh Hart. He helps a lot, and he could play like 2 through 4. So I think that's really nice. But
Yeah, they need
perfect.
guys to buy in over there with their new head coach, Willie Green. I mean, they just did 1 season of Stan Van Gundy. Before that, they had 2 seasons of Alvin Gentry. They
Mhm.
need to hopefully have this head coach work out, and people need to buy into him. Brandon Ingram did not buy in with Stan Van Gundy and was not willing to play defense there. Is he going to be willing to do it with Willie Green? We'll see. Um,
Yeah, it's been said that Stan's not the best player coach. He rubs people the wrong way.
yeah,
A lot in the Pistons with
really not
Tobias.
surprising at all.
Yeah, yeah, Tobias Drummond. He didn't wasn't the best with them, and Reggie Jackson and
Obviously, the Dwight
Magic.
Howard stuff
Yeah,
back with the Magic. Yeah.
yeah, he was a huge reason why Dwight
Remember that one
left the
time
Magic.
when the trade request stuff was going on and they're interviewing Stan Van Gundy and Dwight Howard comes up and puts his arm around Stan and
Yeah,
they're like,
just such a cringeworthy
so
moment.
it was so awkward. Just, oh yeah, things are good, right, Stan? Yeah, yeah, I think things are good. Yeah, that's what I was just telling them. Meanwhile, what he was just telling them was, well, I hope we have Dwight on our team, whatever. I know he requested a trade. It's like, oh man,
Yeah, what a weird
cringe.
moment. But Willie Green, I actually really like him. I mean, he was assistant for Monty for 2 years, and I think if he even gets close to Monty, just like we were talking about earlier, like Monty is able to build a defense around not the best defenders. I mean, he has Jay Crowder, Chris Paul, and Mikal Bridges. But all three of those are really nice. However, they just need to bring in. I mean, I feel like the Pelicans have all the tools. They just got to find someone to put them all together and put them in the right spot. And I think
Yeah.
Willie Green will help that, especially a younger coach. I think that'll fit a lot better with them. It'd be nice to them. I mean, they need one more star. I think that's it. They just need another star in there. I think Zion could be your number one. I think Brent Ingram can be an okay 2, but an awesome 3, scoring option wise. And I think Zion, I think Zion's going to be better suited to be the second scoring option. Usually, the first scoring option has to be someone who can have the ball primarily and make these plays. And Zion shouldn't be the best playmaker because he's so unstoppable off ball. Uh,
Yeah.
so I think a point guard would be preferable. Or, I mean, also if Brandon Ingram can handle it all, then a really nice center would be awesome. Like guards.
Yeah.
So if Damian Lillard came available, even if whatever happens, a lot of what I think this team could benefit from is if Portland just they fall apart this season. They're like, all right, take our pieces. I think CJ would be a perfect fit. Obviously, Bradley Beal would be a good fit. If Zach LaVine ever wanted to get out, I think this is an awesome landing spot for him. I think they need a few more role players like Jay Crowder. He would be awesome. Troy Brown Jr. is actually a really feasible pick. He's a pretty decent defensive player. Probably won't see as many minutes with the Bulls this season. I mean, he's a 3-and-D player. He's like a off-brand 3-and-D, more D than 3, kind of like Josh Richardson without all the money. Um, Covington would be perfect. Even MCW, Michael Carter Williams, just his defense come in there, maybe hit some shots, some decent playmaking. I think he would be an awesome fit. And Terrence Ross just for some extra offense. Like those are some key
Mm.
guys I think would help out this team a lot.
Yeah, you make a good point with like those lesser name players where yes, they were going star hunting this offseason. They tried getting Kyle Lowry and it didn't work out. And we still feel they need a star, but that star's not always going to be there. And you have to make moves to still be competitive now. And you never know if someone can improve and, blossom into something better, like say a Jeremy Grant, where he was a guy I viewed as just like a role player. Now he's a guy who's a solid starter in the league. And they've got a lot of those guys like Josh Hart and Satoransky already that do some solid things, but not tons of, star qualities within them. And I think they need some more guys like that before they get that top star. But, maybe in a couple of years, I don't think they're going to get that star this year. I think realistically, no one's requesting out this season. Like, how often do you see a big name player request a trade during the season?
Yeah, and how often do they go to a small market? But
Yeah.
no, yeah,
It's just not gonna happen.
I was looking at it and I was thinking about it today, and I was like, if you can put together a trade that gives away Brandon Ingram for Dame, I mean, obviously you do it.
Yeah.
However, it keeps you're in the same situation where that they just don't have the especially what you're going to give up for Dame. I mean, Dame and Zion, don't get me wrong, awesome, great duo, but you're going to need a lot more. It's not just that trade's not going to put you over. You're going to need to make a lot more trades, sign a lot more free agents. Granted, it'll be easier to find. I mean, Dame's never played with somebody like Zion and vice versa. So I think that'll help
I mean,
out a
if you
lot.
have Dame and Zion, and people want to come play with them, and I think it makes it a lot easier knowing how you have to draft, having those guys just sharpied into your lineup. So I think that would be great. If you have to give up Brandon Ingram, make it happen. I think it's totally worth it. And obviously with that, you probably wouldn't have to include picks, hopefully, if you're including Brandon Ingram. And they have tons of picks, so they have a good chance to trade those away for other guys that they can bring into their starting lineup to help out Dame and Zion as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But lastly, with the Pelicans, I actually do have it's a possible trade. Could definitely become available. Is the New Orleans Pelicans get Malcolm Brogdon for pay, and the Pacers. Pacers get Sato, Nico Alexander Walker, Jackson Hayes, and a first round pick.
Sure. I like that. I mean, obviously, Indiana's willing to trade Malcolm Brogdon, as we know from the Ben Simmons rumor. Are they only willing to trade him for like a star level player, though? That's kind of the other question. Because with Indiana, they signed Malcolm Brogdon. How often do they get free agents wanting to come there? Obviously, they just had to pay him the most, and they might have to do that again for someone else. But why get rid of a solid player if you're not going to get like a star back?
Right. I mean, I get that. But maybe, I mean, like I said, the Pacers are going to have to make a decision sooner or later. I mean, they have, it's hard. And at least this way they get a little more young talent. I think Nico Alexander Walker, he really showed a lot of potential at the end of last season. I think he could be something more. I don't know, as good as Brogdon, but then you also get a Jackson Hayes, maybe send Turner off to the Timberwolves, send him off to the Kings. You could need to make some changes. You get a first round pick. I don't know. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon has 2 years left on his deal. We'll see. I think that is probably more feasible than anything. And I think the Pelicans would love that. You get defense and that playmaking at the one that you missed out with Lonzo. I think that makes up for that.
No, yeah, it would be very solid for them. Someone who can take control of the offense late in the games and get the ball to Zion. I think that's going to be very important for them. Obviously, their big guard addition this year was Devontae Graham. I don't think that's going to move the needle enough for them.
Yeah, I think Devontae Graham would be a great piece if they already had some sort of system in place. Yeah. But it's going to be hard to fit him in that him into what they're already doing with Zion. I mean, granted, he's a really nice shooter, so he could fit in seamlessly. But he's a decently on ball player. Actually, he's not a decently on ball player, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I think we're both in agreement that the Pelicans' next move is to get guys who can ball handle, shoot, take over the game late when they need to, and take pressure off of Zion. Those are kind of the big things that you're looking for here, and we'll see if that player becomes available.